The Arcturian Group via Marilyn Raffaele. January 3, 2021. Dear ones, we come in love and with respect for you who have lovingly chosen to play a part in Earth's ascension process. You volunteered because you understood that an increase of light would be necessary to lift and open collective consciousness to where it could begin to manifest as a new, more evolved Earth. You were aware before choosing to incarnate that there would be times of difficulty, confusion, and chaos, but you volunteered in spite of this, knowing that not only would it be a perfect opportunity for you to complete or clear anything still unresolved, but that your awareness and understanding would be needed by those ready to awaken but who did not yet understand what was taking place. A new year is beginning, and it will bring with it an intensity of events that may trouble you and will definitely trouble those who remain unaware of Earth's spiritual transition. Stay centered, dear ones, holding your light in spite of what you may see and hear, for by doing this you add light rather than fear to collective consciousness. Trust that all is proceeding according to plan and never doubt that there is plan. Because humans are accustomed to doing things in a certain way, they yearn to return to the comfort of what is familiar, but nothing can return to exactly as it was because the world's consciousness is changing and evolving as increasingly more people awaken. Ideas and solutions that previously worked perfectly will dissolve in order for new and higher forms of them to manifest. This process often occurs on a basic material level as well. Old appliances, car, furnace etc. may suddenly break down and need replacing rather than repair. Consciousness is the substance of form, and since consciousness is omnipresent, there is no unexpressed consciousness. Therefore, as collective consciousness evolves, new, different, and higher ideas about everything become available and accessible to everyone. New ideas will begin to take form through the words and actions of those receptive to the new, but there is and will continue to be resistance from those who do not want change because they fear it. Fear manifests as resistance. God is the only power, but is not power over anything, which is the three-dimensional concept of power. God simply is all that exists and therefore is the only power. Each lifetime lived in the energies of the three-dimensional Earth involved experiences of power over through persons, places, things, and conditions etc. Many of these experiences were traumatic and remnants of their energy often remains in cellular memory. Certain situations, people, or circumstances can trigger these dormant but still present cellular memories, causing the individual to react with fear, confusion, and inappropriate actions out of character for him, her. If you begin to experience one or more issues that have never been a part of your life before, it probably means that you have reached a point of readiness to rid yourself of some old energy. You may feel that somehow you have failed and are going backwards if up to now your life has been calm and peaceful, but suddenly find yourself experiencing troubling situations and problems that have never been a part of your life before. The reality is that you have evolved and have reached a place of spiritual readiness to move beyond old and often unrecognized beliefs now presenting themselves as, and replace them with truth. As a person spiritually evolves, her energy becomes lighter and of a higher frequency. Higher frequencies stir up and dissolve those of a lower frequency because belief is all that keeps lower resonating forms in place. For the spiritually evolved, every problem is a flag directing them inward to their belief system. Without resistance, ask yourself, what is this showing me? What am I believing that is making me feel this way? In the light of what I know, is it truth? What is the truth? Then take whatever human footsteps you are guided to take. Personal and global challenges on all levels, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, are arising in order to be seen, examined, and then consciously stripped of the power they have been endowed with. Your work is to realize that these things never had or can have any real power because God is the only power and you are that. If someone sends negative energy to a person with a consciousness of oneness with Source, that energy will bounce off of the person and back to the sender because there will be nothing for it to attach to, align with. No one can clear the accumulated energy of hundreds of lifetimes quickly, so it is a gradual process that takes place in accord with the individual's readiness as determined by their higher self. However, clearing is not meant to go on indefinitely, and many of you are now at a point of readiness to integrate the higher realization of self as one. This is the most important realization and the key to everything on all levels. It is the hidden reality, the holy grail that mankind has and continues to seek in outer things where it does not exist. You are graduating, and as with all graduations, it means leaving behind the things that serve to bring you into readiness for graduation. Continue doing the practical things of daily living because spirituality must be a living thing, not meant to be hidden away in convents and monasteries, although they had their place at one time. Trust your intuition to guide you as you go about your day, but while you are doing it, keep a part of your awareness centered in oneness with Source. You are the light, you are the strength, and you are the energy that is serving to draw others toward deeper awareness of the truth about themselves. Try not to resist challenges that may arise or attempt to meet them with outgrown tools. When negative thoughts and old programming appear, simply recognize them for what they are: impersonal and powerless unless I myself accept them as personally mine, thus empowering them. There is no such thing as sin, although most, even the evolved, continue to carry energies associated with this belief because of having lived many lifetimes where sin was universally accepted and empowered. The concept of sin is simply another illusion based in separation. No one is or ever has been born impure and in need of being saved through ceremony, words, or actions, because everyone is in and of the one and only life that is living, moving, and expressing itself in infinite form and variety. Nothing else exists. Earth is a school for learning, experiencing, and growing until a readiness for the higher dimensional levels of energy is attained. Many of you did not need further lessons from Earth's school, but with love chose to incarnate anyway in order to assist others to awaken, add your light to Earth's ascension process, and personally complete anything still in need of completion. Everyone, even those who seem the least evolved, are on Earth to learn and grow from experiences that may seem very harsh at times. Karma is not a punishment, nor is it payback as many believe, but rather is simply the process of balancing and resolving still active energy created from experiences between one or more persons at some point of time. Trust that all is as it needs to be for the spiritual evolution of every person. Earth lessons can be hard and painful until a person reaches the point of enough is enough and chooses new and higher ways of learning. Some seem to have many more difficulties than others, but keep in mind that there is always a bigger story unfolding than that which meets the human eye. Problems are often chosen experiences that will force a person to look deeper into their belief system and spiritually grow from the experience. Sometimes a problem is karmic in nature, and sometimes it is simply a matter of their being fully immersed in and creating from a three-dimensional state of consciousness. As divine beings, everyone is creating from the substance of their consciousness. Mind draws from and manifests the contents of personal and global consciousness. If unconditioned by the belief in two powers, duality, and separation, divine consciousness would automatically express itself as itself: perfection, intelligence, wisdom, harmony, peace, abundance, wholeness, and completeness, etc. However, the presence of false conditioning in individual consciousness acts to limit the ever-present divine conspicuousness from expressing in its fullness. Spiritual evolution is like looking at the world through a colorful window made from hundreds of different pieces of painted glass. Some pieces are beautiful in shape and color, while others appear muddy and coarse. As an individual spiritually evolves, the light of his consciousness gradually begins to clear one or more sections of his personal window, allowing him for the first time to see familiar things in a new way, more as they really are. Individuals really do not need to work so hard to clear the glass of their awareness, because it automatically begins to clear as truth replaces the false in their consciousness. Living life from an evolved state of consciousness is very practical and not airy-fairy as some believe it to be. Living from truth allows a person access to the infinity of all ideas and things that exist behind the color and cloudiness he himself ignorantly painted onto his awareness window. Evolution is simply the process of clearing the window of one's consciousness to where at some point a window no longer exists. Divine consciousness has never changed, nor can it or will it ever change, because it simply is, always has been, and always will be. This is what you are, whether it seems that way or not. Think, ponder, and meditate on this, dear ones. Bring your new and higher awareness with you into a new year that is going to require commitment and strength. Live, move, and have your being in who and what you are in the still, secret, silence of I Am. We are the Arcturian group.